guys, welcome back to my channel. Well, what I have for you today is another fall DIY. I want to remake, do a makeover on plastic pumpkins and some Dollar Tree pumpkins. I've done this in the past, but I'm going to take it a little step further this time. I thought it would be fun to see what all we could do to them. I know you can do so much to it. So there's probably going to be 2, maybe 3, maybe more DIYs in this video. So I'll show you what you need for each project before I start it, okay? Now for the first one, you're going to need a large cream pumpkin. If you don't have a cream one, you could always paint it white or cream and then start like this. But I picked this up at Michael's. They had 60% off their pumpkins. It was regularly $19.99. And or you can get them from Walmart. It doesn't matter. You could do a smaller version from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to be using this one. And so that's all we're going to do for this first one. We're going to use this one. And then I picked up a year or two ago these little window clings from the Dollar Tree, and I thought they were so, not the Dollar Tree, I've got the Dollar Tree on my mind from, maybe I need to go, okay? But these are from Walmart, okay? And they are just really, they're not window clings, they're wall adhesives. And you just put them on there, and I thought I would put them on this pumpkin. All right, so you're gonna need some type of like adhesive, or you could get the Dollar Tree leaves. You could even trace around leaves and outline it with hot glue and then spray paint over that. That would be gorgeous. But we're going to do it this way. And for this pumpkin, I think I'm not sure. I think I'm going to be using my FolkArt Royal Gold and maybe some brown. I don't know. We're just going to have to get in here and see what I want to do, okay? But these are the brushes that I'm going to be using throughout all of this, okay? And I have my little containers here that I got at the Dollar Tree. They are really great for putting your brushes in so they don't dry with paint in them, all right? So let's get started with this first DIY. Let me get everything situated and we will start remaking this plastic pumpkin. Okay, I'm just going to pour out a little bit of the Metallic Royal Gold paint from FolkArt on my plate. And I poured some out, but I don't think I have enough. All right. Then I'm just going to take this brush right here, dip into this, and I'm just going to come straight down and pull, okay? Like that. And that's the effect it's giving us. I haven't been right since that hurricane, I'm telling you, okay? And we're just going to go back over it like this and then bring it out. And I think that adds so much more depth and dimension to this pumpkin. So that is basically all I'm doing. Is I'm just going to be coming down through here. No particular, way. Some areas are going to be darker, some areas are not. And I think it already looks so much more expensive. So I won't have you watch me do this all the way around. I'll come back when it's time to apply the stickers. I'll be right back. Okay, I've gone all around it. I think it looks much more expensive. Now what I want to do, just put a little, very small amount out again. It's probably too much. And just in some of these grooves, just go right in there because I want them to stand out a little more than they are. I think that adds so much dimension and richness to this. And you don't have to paint these gold if you don't, like a rose gold. You don't have to. You could do different colors. You could do blue. If you're into the pinks, you could do that. Just whatever fits your decor, really. But since I had these, and then kind of go over it and soften it. And that's what we're getting. I think it almost looks like porcelain. I love that, okay? Now we're going to hit a couple more areas here and make it a little darker because I really want that to stand out, and then just kind of go over it. It's such an easy way, and it's so hard to mess this up. I mean, I don't think you could. I do not believe you could even mess this up. It's a very easy way to remake a pumpkin. Okay? And that's what we're getting so far. And it really, to me, does look porcelain. Now, I think I just saw that in the camera. I need to put just a little bit more down in through here because I don't want it to stop at the bottom. Okay? Now I'm going to go dry this with a hair dryer set on cool and see what happens. And then I'm going to come back and start, and you could even layer more colors on this if you wanted to bring out more depth. I think it would be so beautiful. But I think I'm going to stop with this, but who knows? Okay, I'm going to dry this and I'll be right back. Okay, I decided to go ahead and paint this before I go dry it. So I'm going to get out my Burnt Umber from Apple Barrel. I really love this stuff. I use it all the time. Pour a little bit in my plate. Ugh, poured way too much. But I think I can use it on another one, okay? And then we are just going to go over this stem. And when you're painting, don't forget to get down in your top, because I want this to really, I mean, it's a pretty stem, but I think we could do better. So we are going to work to do better. I'm just using this little brush. It's pouring the rain down here today. That tropical storm Beta seems to be going, the remnants of it, over top of us. So we're getting a lot of rain. Not what we needed, but at least it didn't come here. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of this Warm Buff from Apple Barrel. I'm going to put it out. And just kind of highlight this. And it's going to pick up the natural little grooves in this stem. And I think it's already looking better. And you could put as much colors in it as you want, but I think that's all I'm going to do with it for now. Hope you can see. But it definitely looks better to me, okay? Now, I think the pumpkin itself is dry, so I didn't even have to take a hairdryer to it, okay? So now we're going to open this room decor wall adhesive that I got last year or year before at Walmart, okay? And I'll put the item number in the description box below. I don't know if you can find it, but when I list what I used, if you want to try to find it, you can. If I can find it, I'll link it, but I don't know if you can. And when you peel these off, that's what they look like on the back, and they're very moldable, okay? All right, so I think I'm going to put this one right here. Isn't that pretty? If you would see this pumpkin out, it would look like you paid tons of money. I know I say that all the time, but it's true. Now you just have to kind of figure out how you want all this on here. And I'm glad that it's very malleable because it just molds to your pumpkin. Just need to press it on there. Good. Okay, but once it's on there, it's on there. All right. And they give you a lot is another thing that I love about it. That's what we're getting so far, and we're not finished. Okay, I think I'm going to try this little oak leaf. Put it right down through here, like that. And then maybe this little leaf at the top. I think I'll work in sections. See how pretty that is? And you might have to hot glue these down, I don't know, because they mold, but then they try to pop up. Put another one there. I think I'm going to have to hot glue those bigger ones. Okay, I ended up gluing them down, and I love it. It almost looks like wood in a way, and it looks like porcelain, so I'm not sure. But this is how it turned out. Like I said, you could do whatever you wanted to yours, but I think it is so pretty. I just love it. Okay, so that is option number 1 for our remake of pumpkins, the ceramic pumpkins. And so now what I want to do is I want to take this other large pumpkin that I got at Michaels. It was $19.99, 60% off. Okay, so this is for this one, and I want to remake it. Okay, for this I've taken a little bit of my Burnt Umber apple barrel, and I've added just a smidgen of water to it and kind of made like a glaze with it. And I'm just going to be pulling it down through here like this. Try to kind of go in one direction. We're going to work on maybe a third of the pumpkin. Okay, and that's what that starts looking like. It already looks better, I think. Now you can either, if you want, wipe some of this off like this, and it will stay in the grooves with a paper towel. And that is giving us this look, okay? So I'm going to go around doing that, repeating that, and then if I do anything else, I'll be back. And then I think I'm going to add some gems to this one. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, this is what we're getting so far. I think it looks much more realistic. I don't think I'm going to put gems on this one. Now, all I'm taking is that same Burnt Umber, and I'm going over this stem. And then I'm going to go into that toasted marshmallow again. And just kind of hit it in places. Okay, this is option number 2, but I really love it. It looks totally real. I've totally transformed those, okay? So now what I want to do is go to the Dollar Tree pumpkin. And like I said earlier, you could take the stems out of these if you wanted. And I think when this dries, I'm going to go back over the stem with a little more dark because it's a little too light for me. Okay, now we're going to take this. Now you can just pop this right out if you want. Because it's down there in like with a toothpick, okay? And if you had like some real sticks that you could get to, but like I said, it's raining really hard and I'm not gonna go out there, but you could do that, or you could even cut in here and hollow this out and put flowers down in that. So there's a lot of things that you can do with this. So let me go ahead and figure out what I'm going to do with this one, and I'll be back. For this Dollar Tree pumpkin, what I want to do is I'm going to crackle it. So I'm going to take some just plain Elmer's glue, all right? And I'm going to get a brush, and I'm just going to paint this all over my pumpkin, okay? So I'll do that, and when I get it painted, and it matters the direction you go because that's how the crackle will appear. And I probably should have a bigger brush, to be honest, so that I can get this all on here. Because when it gets tacky, then you want to start applying your acrylic paint in whatever color that you want, all right? So as soon as I get this on, I'll be back. Okay, just as soon as your glue starts to get tacky, mine's tacky in spots. I think I really put too much on it. Then you just put over what color of paint, acrylic paint you want. I'm going to use this Apple Barrel multi-surface acrylic paint in Toasted Marshmallow, okay? I think that's going to be really pretty. And I'm using a much bigger brush this time. So I'm going to put out more. Okay. And then we're just going to start coming down through here. And it's the direction you go, it's the same difference. That's the way the crackle will be. Okay, so it really does matter which way you go. This is kind of messy. You could do half of it and then do your other half if you wanted. So I'm not going to have you watch me do this all the way around because I know you know what I'm doing. And like I said, I've done this on my channel before. I think I'm going to use this. Okay, this time, maybe because it's so humid, but this crackle technique for me didn't work. Now, I've done it before and it worked great, but it didn't do very much for me this time. So, I'm just going to go ahead and take my watered down Burnt Umber and get me a paper towel. And this is pretty dry. And I'm just going to come down through here and just sort of start wiping it on. And then I'll take my paper towel and wipe it off. Okay, and that's what we're getting so far, and it's really too much brown, okay? So I'm just going to go in places and put this on, and then I'm going to put other colors on top of it. Okay, I'm going to take my warm buff, which was the color I was going to use. Oh my gosh. Alright, I was going to take the warm buff, not that brown. I don't know what I was thinking. And I was going to add a little water to it. And I was going to do a wash over the pumpkin. That's what I was going to do. I don't know where my mind is. It is out to lunch. And then I'm just going to wipe some of this off. Okay. And then that's what we're getting so far. And you really just keep layering your colors that you want, and don't forget to get up near your stem, and then gently just come down. And I don't care if a little bit of orange stands out because I'm going to hit it with some orange, but that's what we're getting so far, and I think that's really cute. I'm going to get rid of some of that dark. Now this is what we're getting so far. I think it already looks much more expensive than just your average Dollar Tree pumpkin, okay? Now I could add I might add a little bit of this Delta Cream Coat Tawny Medium Acrylic Paint. Let's see what that does. So add just a little bit of that. Just kind of come down over that. I might actually like that on this. Okay, I'm just adding some of that tawny beige in places on the pumpkin. You don't have to add it. You have to be careful or you'll just get a muddy mess. And that may be what I end up with. I hope not. Okay, that's what we're getting so far. Okay, I think I like this one. All right. And it doesn't really have a lot of orange on it, but I really do like it. Now I'm going to work on the stem. Go into my Burnt Umber. Now, if I had a stick, I would rather use the stick because I think it would look really pretty. But I don't think I have one. I can go look, but I don't think that I do. And you can take a toothbrush and flick on here, and it really will add a lot to it. But that's what we're getting so far. And I think that looks like a ceramic pumpkin as well, okay? So this is option number 3. Well, like I said, this isn't where I'm going to put them, but I have them right here next to my little other pumpkins. And I just think they're as cute as they can be. I love them. And Maggie is trying to play with me. But you can see how pretty and how realistic that one looks. You would see something like that in the store, and I have. It would cost you a lot of money, but I love it whether you put the stickers on it or not. And I love the little Dollar Tree pumpkin. Now, like I said, again, a stick would be great for a stem. It would totally elevate that look. But that one back there just looks so real. I've totally upscaled it. So I hope you enjoyed the video. So until next time, bye guys.